Yeah, 335, descend to maintain 3000.
Yeah, you got a big patch of it running east-west here. It's extremely visual.
Echo 15. Clear splat of 629er, kilo alpha to Norfolk, the radar vectors to Rogan, Lakeland, Genos, Etor, Demon.
So we've been getting reports of pretty heavy red tide blooms off the coast of Sanibel and Captiva. You know, we've said that's a concern with discharges coming from Lake Okeechobee feeding those red tide blooms like we've seen in the past. So we got up in the air today to take a look for ourselves, and we are just a few miles off of Knapp's Point off of Sanibel, and there's very heavy visual concentrations of red tide. We're documenting, thanks to our friends at Lighthawk for providing the flight, and our pilot Jay were able to get up here at no cost to the organization today and put eyes on the status of this algae bloom. So we're going to try to do this frequently and keep tabs of what's happening. But you know, right now we're basically just flying around between Bonita and Captiva off the coast of Sanibel, looking at where the heaviest concentrations of this red tide bloom currently are. Try to keep tabs on that as far as if it's starting to creep in closer into the bay or making its way further offshore. And judging by where it is today versus where it was about a week ago, it seems it's about 3 or 4 miles closer to the mouth of the river than it was a week ago this time. Observing this red tide bloom right off the coast of Sanibel, couple miles from the mouth of the Caloosahatchee River, really puts into perspective why Everglades restoration is so important, and specifically why the EAA reservoir is so important. We need to be able to get that water from Lake Okeechobee, store it in the EAA reservoir, clean it, and then send that clean water south so that we don't get these discharges out to the east and west coast. Currently today we're looking at about 3,000 cubic feet per second being discharged out the Caloosahatchee River, and that's a real concern with a red tide bloom, you know, in such close proximity to the mouth of the river here. So, you know, this is why we're bringing attention to not only expediting the EAA reservoir as quickly as possible, but the threats that lawsuit from the sugar industry could pose to the operations of that project, as well as their proposed rock mine, which is directly adjacent to the EAA reservoir, and how that may impact that project, how that, you know, what could it do to the hydrology, what could it do to the effectiveness of the EAA reservoir, and also just the irony of the sugar industry suing a reservoir project while proposing a reservoir project directly next to it. It doesn't add up. It's why we see their proposal as a rock mine and an attempt to get more control over water rather than a beneficial restoration project. So with water quality situations like this, as we're approaching tarpon season, it's imperative that we focus on real restoration projects and real progress with Everglades restoration. And it, you know, this rock mine proposal is a cause for concern, along with the lawsuit over the operations of the EAA reservoir. We're keeping tabs on it. We're also keeping tabs on the current status of water quality and this red tide bloom off of Southwest Florida, and we'll be sure to keep you all up to date